Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So today we're going to do something super special, because if you have been following me for the last weeks, you will know that I have been chosen by Nomad Cosmetics to be the January Starfish. So if you don't know what that is, you can of course also go to their Instagram and check out what that all means. But Nomad Cosmetics has started with the year 2020 to choose a couple of influencers on social media per month, couple per month, at least two I think, and it could be more, to be the Starfish of the month, and one can be nominated, and I have been nominated in January and I actually got chosen, and I cannot even believe it. Still, I can't believe it. The whole thing about the Starfish challenge, I don't want to call it a challenge because that sounds so competitive, because this is really what it's not supposed to be. I don't really have the vocabulary to like really tell you what this is all about, but it's boils down to basically that we want to promote kindness in the beauty community, and if you are a Starfish, you have been nominated by someone who thinks that you're doing exactly that you're bringing something positive vibes, love, kindness into the beauty community. So I've been chosen for January, and I'm super thrilled that that happened. And what happened then after I got chosen was that Nomad Cosmetics contacted me, of course telling me that I got chosen, and then they said, because they have just released their Surfshack bundle, that I am going to get the Surfshack bundle. This. Okay, so those are the palettes. There is of course the Encinitas palette and the Malibu palette, and I'm going to open them in a second and show them to you. So there are 4 pan palettes, and I got them both sent by Nomad Cosmetics. The packaging is extremely well done. It's hard for me to get it open. Okay, so these are the palettes. This one here is the Malibu palette. This is how it looks. Now you're gonna say, Leorah, is that your thing? This looks a bit neutral for Leorah, but let's just see what happens, okay? I have gotten more into doing neutrals these days, so we will be able to do this, I'm pretty sure. So here we have the other color scheme. And these are, wait, let me just hold them up next to each other like this. So for me this is super exciting, especially exciting because I have not used anything from Nomad Cosmetics so far. So besides this being a first impression, is also, like, for me it is also a Nomad Cosmetics first impression as a brand. So that is really cool, and I have actually quite a few things from Nomad Cosmetics on the way to me as of like when I'm filming this. So I'm super thrilled that this got here first and I get to film with this first. So Nomad Cosmetics is a US based indie brand. I think they're based in Texas, in Dallas, I think. That's what I read somewhere, I think. Alright, so and here I got cards that she sent, Felicia, what she sent to me in this package, okay? So first of all, she had here a handwritten note for me, and that was, "Dear Leorah, thank you for being our January Starfish. Our thank you for being a positive light in our beauty community. Best, Felicia and Auntie." I hope that I'm pronouncing this right. Okay, so that was that, and then on the second card there is actually a picture of the two, and I don't know if one can see this. Can you see? I hope it shows up how beautiful these two are. Like, seriously, so glad. I like beauty in every way. So yeah, let's just put this to the side. As you know, I cannot really swatch anything because I still have my skin condition that prevents me from doing that, but I think we're just gonna go into the look and then we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to go first into this palette, which is the Encinitas palette, and that is this shade. It's called Hang. So I think I'm going to go for a more like a neutral look. Yeah, why not? And then we pop the color in somewhere along the way. Okay, so I'm going to use this as a transition shade and sort of just like slide it on here, and then we see what happens. My eyes are primed with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. As of right now, I'm using that eyeshadow primer. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do basically a matte look, which is also very, very unusual for me, but yeah, anyway, we were doing this and I'm just really, really excited and thrilled that first of all the palettes all got to me undamaged, because that is not something that like always happens, and that it got here super fast. So I'm just really like so thankful and can't even tell you. Okay, so that is going to be the first shade, and I'm going to do this again as a chatty get ready with me, because you guys seem to like that much more than when I'm doing tutorial style videos, because I don't know, maybe that's too boring, or maybe it's too like mainstream, or I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the beauty community, and it's not going to be a spilling tea video or something like this, because I don't do these kinds of things, but I wanted to just share a little bit of my thoughts about the beauty community, and I'm going to extend that a little bit also towards the modeling community, because there I have more experience in that community than in the beauty community when it comes to makeup. But I'm going to, like, I don't know if it is officially the same community, but it's sort of, we're all catering to beauty, let's put it that way. Okay, so I was just going to like talk a little bit about that. Alright, so if you don't know, I have been modeling. This is now, I don't know, let's think, 2 years ago. I did model for some time for a fashion brand, a local Israeli fashion brand, which sort of caters to like my kind of fashion. Colorful, happy vibes, you know, Californian happy vibes. Alright, I'm gonna go into the next palette, which is the Malibu palette, and I think I'm going to go into the shade Hideout. Maybe this one, and then I deepen it up with this one, which is the shade Shack. Okay, so let's just do that. I'm gonna just switch to a bit of a smaller brush. Okay, so I was freelancing, sort of, you know, because I was not really ever like really hired with a contract or anything. I was sort of freelancing, and that was when my youngest child, my baby, that some of you maybe know, Tekoa, was just 1 year old. So I had gone through a major weight loss in that year after the birth, and that was my 7th child. So and I was then discovered for like modeling, you know. I was just strolling around downtown Jerusalem, and someone came up to me and said, we have been looking for exactly you. And I was like, yeah, okay, go hit on someone else. You know what I mean? And because, you know, that's just so dumb, like you know, it's like, if you have to hit on me, can you just maybe make up something new? Do you like need to be that dull? You know. So I didn't believe that person, and then he gave me a card, and he said, you know, just contact my boss today. Alright, so I went home, and I thought, should I do this? Anyway, I did. And the boss, who was a woman, she contacted me the same day or the day after. I think it was even the same day, I don't remember anymore. And said, yeah, okay, so let's set up an, you know, like a meeting, you know. So yeah, that's what we did. Let me just wait. Let me go into the next shade that I already showed you, the Shack shade, and just place that here. Well, this is really, sweeties, you know, is that Leorah? We shall see. Okay, so anyway, I did then go ahead and started modeling for them for a couple of, how do you say that, like releases? Because they have, of course, then, that was, I think it was in September or late August, and then of course came the, there was like an early fall collection, which was for the Jewish high holidays, and then there was the real fall collection, and there was the winter collection. Then for the summer collection, I did not get rehired because I insisted on, of course, just wearing modest clothes. So, and then for the summer collection, they would of course have beachwear and things like this. So it just didn't make any sense. And anyway, it doesn't matter. So I got into this, and besides that, I started my fashion blog on social media. So that was really my stepping stone into the, I don't know, a beauty community at large, you know, dealing with like being beautiful. I don't know. I don't think I really was, because when I see the pictures from back then, I was just so skinny, and I think I looked almost like an old child, you know. I was skinny like a child. I had like really, I don't know, the childlike features, but with the knowing that I was like 38, you know, I don't know, it just didn't fit. It was weird and it didn't fit now when I'm looking back. Back then, of course, I was extremely proud of myself because I had lost so much weight. If you don't know, I had been super severely obese. I had lost 60 kilos, which is, I don't know exactly in pounds, it might be like 120 pounds, I don't know. I had done that without surgery, just sports and dietary changes, and I was extremely proud of myself, and I thought, okay, so now my life can start. I have 7 kids, my youngest one is 1 year old, so now mommy can take off. And actually I got recognized by a couple of brands. I'm just using a bone color mat that I have always here. This is not one from Nomad Cosmetics, because the bone color shade here is a shimmer. I think it has a shimmer to it, so I don't know if I want to use it for this. Maybe this is going to be the inner corner highlight or something. Anyway, so I thought, wow, now my career is finally gonna start. And there were actually modeling agencies from like overseas, from like all over the world. There was one from Australia and also one from London. There were some in Spain. There were some from New York who contacted me and said, we would like to have you in our register, does one say that? I don't know, in our file, maybe in our file, maybe something like that. We would like to have you, please send in your portfolio and all of these things, because maybe even because, you know, there are more and more people covering their hair, also because of the Muslim community. Maybe they thought to have a model like me would cater to to one of those communities, you know. I don't think that I'm that exceptionally beautiful or anything, but I felt like there is something that they are looking for, because otherwise why would they contact me, right? So anyway, so that's what we did. And then of course when it came to like being available, that always was the point where everything fell apart, because of course they then told me, okay, we want to invite you for a photo shoot for this and that and the other thing, and I never could do it, because I told them I have 7 kids ranging from like 10 to 1 in age, and I cannot leave. I can only do local jobs, you know. And that was always the thing, that like, who is bringing a whole campaign to Israel to do a photo shoot, right? Like really, you know, it would be way too expensive. That doesn't pay for anything. So that's how it sort of always fell apart. Every time something looked like, you know, something is going to happen in my career concerning modeling, it fell apart. Yeah, so that oh, there was also one in Berlin that started following me, and I don't know if they still do, because I'm not following up on this stuff. I really don't, because I just hit pan on my bone color mat, so who cares. But anyway, just saying. But I don't know, it was just really disheartening for me, because I thought this is now the time where I finally want to do something for myself after being like just a mom. There's nothing just about being a mom, but I just felt like this is so unfair. How can that be, you know? And why does that need to stop me now? And I was really upset about this. So anyway, what am I doing next? I think I'm gonna go in, I think I'm gonna go in with the bright green, which is, well, bright green or light green, let's put it this way. I don't know if the colors really show up. It's really a thing with my lighting. I haven't figured out how to do this. So this is called Bungalow. And I think I'm going to like put that on a bit of a packing brush and just sort of put it here in the inner corner of the lid a little bit. Okay, so anyway, so I thought then, what am I going to do with my life now? I want to do something that has to do with beauty, but I really don't know how, you know. And back then I wasn't yet into makeup. Like, I was wearing makeup, but really not on a professional level, and I didn't know that I had it in me. I did not know at all that I would go that route, you know. That only happened maybe, let's say half a year after all of this, that I really seriously got into it, and then also started to study makeup artistry, I guess, you know. So anyway, but back then it was just the fashion, and I always had a thing for like putting outfits together and like being a stylist, you know. I really liked that. That really spoke to me, and that was my outlet for creativity, putting outfits together with jewelry and, you know, all of these things. So that was my thing, and that's what I wanted to do. So then I thought, okay, so I'm going to just go off by myself and start a fashion blog. And that's what I did. And of course nobody cared. Because I could not do like really good pictures. I only had like my living room in the background. I only had like my natural light that is coming into my living room. Let me switch palettes again. This is again the Encinitas palette now with the blue one, the blue shade that I want to use now. New brush. And anyway, so nobody cared about my pictures, really. I mean, I had a bit of a following on Facebook, but it was like, I don't know, maybe 1,000 followers or something, you know, nothing really, like really serious. Nobody would notice you like that. So while I was then starting to also get into makeup and things like that, I was sort of amping up my game a little bit, and I got myself a professional backdrop and a better camera and things like that. And of course I also, you know, got myself a better camera because I started YouTube in that time, which was cringeworthy. I hate my first videos. Please promise me right now that you will never go and watch my first videos. Oh my goodness. Okay, we all have to start somewhere, right? That is it's just part of the game. Anyway, so yeah, and in all of that, so this was just like I was just painting the backdrop for you of where I was, okay? So then of course, with all of that, with being a freelance model, sort of, you know, all the creepiness came, which is, it's a thing, you know, it's a thing. It happens to me even now, all the time, even though I had to block a lot of people. There was a time in my life, and I was already on YouTube, and I made a video about this. Don't go and watch it. It was a bit of a rant about sexual harassment on social media. It got demonetized. It's my only video that is not monetized because I guess, I don't know, why would something be demonetized? Like, sexual harassment is an important thing to talk about. I don't know why they would demonetize it. But anyway, so I had a real problem there on my hand with people being really ugly to me, you know, like sexually ugly and really disgusting. And that is really my experience with the beauty community being a dirty place. And that is not influencer to influencer, that was really influencer to client, sort of, you know, because people immediately thought that you are on social media, you're putting yourself out there, and now you're sort of prey, you know, you deserve to be treated like this. So it ranked from, no, it didn't rank, it ranged, I guess. It ranged from people asking me to send them my underwear, and of course, you know, wanting more children with me, and like all kinds of stuff, you know. And I was really disgusted about like what was going on, and at some point I got so scared because it was like 20 people per day, you know, which I guess when you're like a really big influencer, that's nothing. But there was this stage where I got really frightened, and the second I got a message and like my phone vibrated or made a beep or whatever noise it was, that I got a message from like anywhere, a Facebook Messenger or like anywhere, I got so frightened because I thought, oh no, this is the next one. And this is how it was, and I had to just block everybody, you know. It was crazy. So for some time I then made the change on my social media that I'm not going to accept any mail that sends me a friend request on Facebook. Of course on Instagram you cannot, you know, protect yourself that much, but on Facebook that's how I did it. And then the second someone, a male, just waved at me on Facebook Messenger, they got blocked. you know, because I got really, really annoyed, and it made me so much stronger to just be in charge, you know, and decide who is waving at me. Because, you know, the next thing, it was always like, it started out with waving at me, and if I didn't react, then they let loose. And it was like, it was really, really crazy and disgusting, and I hated it so, so bad, you know. So anyway, is that at all interesting to anyone? Anyway, but it's real, you know, it's real, and I think one needs to talk about this, that this is real, and this is the internet too. While I do believe that the internet can be a extremely positive place, because that's what I'm trying to create here, but it can also be extremely dirty and disgusting, and that's just not healthy, you know. For me, it almost broke me, and it almost drove me away from being on social media, because where's my brush? Because I'm holding it. Because I felt like I can't take it, you know. This is not for me. I can't take it. If this continues, I have to go off social media, because this is just toxic, you know. Okay, what am I thinking so far? I'm not used to colors like this. I'm not used to it. The palettes are very beautiful. It's just that I'm not used to using colors like this. So I'm a little bit thrown off by this, I have to admit. So I'm going to go in with the darkest shade that is in both of those palettes, which is in the Encinitas palette, and it's this one here, which is called Chill. And that I'm going to just push into my outer corner here, sort of creating a little bit more like depth in the look, and then we shall see what happens. Alright, so by the way, my husband is from California, so I think it's sort of coming full circle now that I'm getting a California inspired package. It's so cool. Anyway, yeah, so that was my worst experience, honestly, and it died down a little bit after I had blocked so many people, and also like really guarded myself. And I also got aware of like scammers, you know, scammers who contact you and who are not even that person that they claim to be, because they have profile pictures of models or of soldiers, like lone soldiers or something, you know. And then they reach out to you, and then they say, you know, this and that, and let's write a little bit and whatever. And I had no idea before that something like this existed. I was really like protected in my like baby bubble for so many years. I didn't know that people do something like this, you know, that they pretend to be someone who they are not. And that was really like a rude awakening for me to find out that this is what happens in the world, and that people get taken for a ride by other people, you know. I was probably a bit naive, but you know, that's what it is. What can I do? So I think I'm gonna build up the blue a little bit more, because I kind of lost it a little bit now that I put on the darker shade. I'm just trying to sort of, you know, like push it back in, something like this, I think, maybe. Okay, I think it looks a little bit weird right now, because I think we're all just not used to me looking like this. I don't think it is a bad look. I think it's just because nobody knows me this way, you know what I mean? So I think I'm just going to like finish off my face, and then I'm going to come back for the lower lash line, and then we'll see what we do there. As of right now, I don't know yet. So let's just see. In just a second, I'll be back. Okay, sweeties, this is how it looks now. All I did was just cleaning up the look a little bit. I did not do any more blending or anything. Just cleaned up the look. There is still lash glue drying, so there are white spots as always at that stage. And I have not done any contouring. I just did my color correcting of my melasma and put on my foundation. That's all I did. Now the surface is set here under my eyes, and I'm debating sort of where to go now. I kind of want to use more shades, but on the other hand, I also don't want to force it, because I don't want to like ruin the overall look just because I want to use all the shades. So let's just go in for now with this shade here, which is the bone color. I don't know, I really don't know. Is it a matte? Is it not? I don't know. Let's see. Let's use that as an inner corner highlight. So this looks like it is shimmery, definitely. So that is the perfect inner corner highlight for me. So I'm just going to put that on here. And then I think I want to sort of keep it in the same color scheme. Initially, I had thought I definitely also want to use this shade, which is like a dirty pink kind of a thing, you know, a very, very, I don't know. I cannot for the life of me explain colors, as you know. So it's with the people who feel colors, they just cannot explain the colors, I think. But I might learn. I might be able to learn. So, all right. So I think what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go in this shade. Yeah, this one here, which is like I'm not gonna even try. I don't know. It's like a muddy olive green, maybe. It's also one that we used in the look here, like above the crease. Is anyone still watching? So anyway, I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to sort of transition into the blue, I think, into the dark blue that we used on the lid. So that is probably going to be the look then. And I also put a kind of a sparkly light green on my waterline. I thought that might, you know, add a little bit of like a sparkle, sort of. And yeah. So that is that. So while I'm finishing that, I just want to sort of finish my thoughts about the beauty community. And again, that was really like my experience at the very beginning. I've also had a lot of positive experiences, and that is really what I wanted to like finish this video with. My last thoughts sort of on this topic, because I decided at some point I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to put my life on hold because there are creepy people out there, and there will always be, you know, but we need to know, like, we need to know what is out there in order to protect ourselves. And that is that. And then I went on from there, and I did not have so many problems anymore. You know, now I know how to handle it. It's still happening, but I know how to handle it, and I'm not like falling into the trap, because in the beginning, and if you are like new on YouTube yourself, I just want to give this as like a motherly warning. That, you know, your need for attention will make you vulnerable for people to be very demanding of you, and like you know, be like creepy people. And not everybody has to be creepy. It can also be like very normal people who are just super demanding, and suddenly think just because you're on social media they can tell you do this, do that, do that, do that. You know, you are your own boss. You can be nice, you can be forthcoming, like in your content, whatever is the range of your content. Let me just switch to the blue and say, okay, so that fits to me, I'm gonna do this, but nobody can tell you what to do. You know, you are the boss. My best friend in the beginning, she always told me, you're the boss lady. You make the decisions about your channel, about your work, about your career. You are the boss, you know? And the thing is, with people being mean on social media, mean in whatever way, sexually or whatever, you know, putting other people down, you have to take the reins into your own hands and you know, not let them take over. That is really what my message is. You know, you are in charge. Don't let them be in charge. You know, don't let them have that kind of control over you. So that is really what I want to leave you with. Plus that there is also a whole big community that is really positive, and that is really also what Nomad Cosmetics stands for and tries to promote. That there is, yes, there is, now speaking about the makeup community, of course there are very big like YouTubers and also brand owners who are both YouTubers and brand owners and whatever, who are extremely shady and extremely like problematic, let's put it that way, to be like really generous, and that is a problem. And you know, there again, you are in charge. You can decide not to watch them, not to buy from them, not to give them likes, not to comment under their videos. You know, even if it's negative comments, you give them power by commenting, because YouTube counts a negative comment just as much as a positive comment. And I just want to say that, you know, you have the power, not they. Yes, they are incredibly rich partially and whatever, and they think they have it all, but no, we have the power, you know? So just saying that we forget sometimes that we as the customers and as the viewers, we have power, you know, and we do not need to take like every crap that is thrown our way. And I have stopped doing that when it comes to my social media, when like people, usually men, but there were also women who approached me in a sexual way and whatever, you know, I have the power. I do. I absolutely do. And I'm not taking crap from anyone anymore. You know, I'm trying to be a very, very nice person. I'm trying to be, you know, a voice of kindness in this community. But of course, when people think, oh, this is like a sweet little lady, and you know, let's just write to her, and like maybe she's foolish enough to fall for it, it's not happening. Just saying. All right, because yes, I am sweet. I'm trying, but there is a lioness lying under this sweet outer skin. Yeah, just saying that I will always protect myself, and I will always protect my family and my, you know, my pack, sort of like speaking in the lioness terms. Okay, so that is that, but there is a huge sort of parallel universe going on that is extremely positive, and maybe you have already seen me speaking about this a lot already, about this little creators YouTube community that is just super supportive and super sweet, where you actually can find real friends, you know, and that are also, there is no jealousy going on. People are actually really happy for you if something good happens to you, which you cannot find at the large level, because they are extremely like jealous of each other and scared that someone else is going to take something away from them, and I don't know what. But I'm just so glad that with this whole Starfish initiative that Nomad Cosmetics is doing, and also, you know, with this whole small creator YouTube community, that it's just so positive and so sweet and kind, and that we can all be, you know, nobody needs to be a model, nobody needs to be perfect. We can all have our own little kinks and quirks and whatever it's called in English. And it's fine, and we all have our place, and we all are legitimate here, you know, because we all serve our own little community, because of course not everybody is looking for the same kind of YouTuber. So there is a place for all of us, and I think it's extremely important to be positive about this and to be encouraged by this, you know, even if we never get like super big, we should be encouraged by this, that yes, even if we have just 500 subscribers or 70 subscribers, or just 1,500 like I have, or almost 1,600, thank God. But anyway, that we should be encouraged by this, that yes, there were 1,600 people who subscribe to you because they want to support you. They're not obviously all watching me, because I have not 1,600 views per video, but they are subscribed to you because they're supporting you in that way. And I think that is really good, and we should just all be a little bit more thankful for what we have. You know, I know it's hard, I know it's difficult. Let me just finish my face, contouring and everything. I'm coming back with my final thoughts. I just don't want to hold up the whole video because this is crazy long. So I'll be right back, and then we'll finish this thought. Okay, sweeties, here we are with the finished look, and I'm super pleased. I cannot even believe that a matte look that is not even my color scheme could be so pretty. I'm really impressed. And let me just zoom in a tiny little bit, give you a closer look. All right, so that's it. Okay, so let's just quickly finish the thought before I tell you what I think about the palettes. Okay, let's just do that. Maybe zoom out a tiny little bit more. Maybe like that. Okay, so anyway, my thought was, you know, the whole thing with the kindness in the beauty community in the smaller one, and I believe that there is also some kindness going on with bigger YouTubers, but I think it gets increasingly hard the bigger you get. But because I don't know what it is. It's like it's a lot of competition. Let's be honest here. There is a lot of competition, and it just grows every single day, and you have to just sit here and pray that the right people will find you, so you also have a chance, you know. But again, you also have to sort of live in trust that the right people will find you. I always say that to myself, the right people will find me, because honestly, I don't need the wrong people here. I don't need hate. I don't need hate watchers or anything like this, you know, who just watch your content in order to like leave mean comments in the comment section. I don't need this. I'd rather stay small and have a nice comment section that is actually beneficial for everybody, for myself and also for the people who are talking to each other in my comment section, you know. So anyway, this whole thing with the kindness, and I really applaud Nomad Cosmetics for doing this, for being out there, and I think they're the only ones. I don't know, because I'm not, like, I'm pretty new here, you know. But this is the first time that I've heard of something like the Starfish initiative. So I just want to say, like, this is amazing. It's an amazing thing. Just setting an example in this community that if you are nice, it's going to pay, you know. It sounds horrible, but you know what I mean, you know. There is something beneficial for you when you're nice and you're promoting kindness and you're just trying to be a decent human being that is not scared of the competition or of, I don't know, all of these things that are out there, you know. But what I personally want to add to this whole thing, which I'm only starting to learn, and I'm not there yet at all, and it's a struggle, and maybe I will struggle with this for the rest of my life, and maybe not even ever get there. But what I want to add to this is that it's not also only the kindness towards other people, it's the kindness to yourself, you know, because I think this is really where it starts, or this is where it has to start, because everything you are able to do to yourself, you can also do to others. You have to start loving yourself in order to be able to love others. You have to be able to start giving to yourself in order to give to others. And then you have to be able to be kind to yourself in order to start being kind to others. Because what you don't have in yourself will not be able to come out of you, you know? So I think that is something that a lot of women, especially, I don't know about men. I mean, I know things about men, but you know what I mean? Like, concerning this, I don't know how men feel about this, but I know how women feel about this. Let's put it that way. But this is turning into something that women have a bit of a problem being kind to themselves, you know. And that is a thing that I think we should learn, or try to get there. And as I said, I'm trying that too myself, because I'm always like picking myself apart about all the things that are wrong with me and all the things that I'm not good enough at and that I'm not pretty enough at, or I don't know, everything, you know. Be it being a mom, be it being a wife, being a YouTuber, being a makeup artist, everything is never good enough, you know. And enough is enough. This has to stop. We have to start being kind to each other, and just at some point realize that we're doing our best. In whatever we are doing, I think we have it in us to just do our best, and that is what it boils down to. Even if we're not perfect, but we're doing our best, you know. And if just everybody would do that, then I think we would be overall much happier, to realize that maybe we do not have to be perfect. But if we, as a person, I can say that, you know, I did my best here, then it's good. You know, it's like saying to your child who thinks he's failing in a test in school or something, okay, so you didn't get like 100% or 100 points, but you got 60, but that was your best. Then you did all you could. You prepared for the test and you went in there and did whatever you could. So it is your best. And yes, it's not 100%, but it's 60. It's better than 0, right? So, or it's better than not even showing up to the test. It's better than not trying at all. So whatever we can do, I think even if it's just 10% to add to this positive vibe in this beauty community, we should do it. even if we think this is not enough, and I think I don't have a huge influence, but but still, if it's just 10% or if it's just 1%, it's better than nothing. So that is what I still wanted to add to this topic. Besides that, of course, let's just talk also about the palettes, and then I have to get breakfast because I'm really hungry. So I really knocked myself out here today. It's like I'm burning a lot of calories when I'm sitting here. Okay, so I have, of course, these two palettes. I have to tell you that I ended up using this bone color shimmer here as a highlighter, and it's actually really, really stunning. I really like it. Yeah, because I just wanted to use it a little bit more because the inner corner is not really a big, you know, space to shine. So I just thought I'm going to try it, and if not, I'll just put a different highlighter over it, and I think it looks really, really nice. Yeah, so that's what I did. I used basically, let me just check, I used all the shades in this palette. That was the Malibu palette, and in the Encinitas palette, I think I only did not use this one. So we used 7 shades. That is pretty good, I think. Yeah, so I will of course do more looks with it, with those two palettes, who will then eventually come up on social media. So please follow me there, and then also always read the description of my looks so you know what I've been using. And what do I think about the palettes? Okay, so it's mattes mostly, just that one shimmer is not a matte. And I think it performed nice. Formula wise, it is more, I think, leaning a little bit more towards the drier formula, which I think you just, you know, it's just fair that you know that. It's not like a very creamy formula or something, but I think the performance was nice. I personally was a little bit thrown off by the color scheme because that is just very unusual for me, you know, but I kind of think that I can wear this. You know, I'm like, I feel good about this. I think it's a very, very nice, flattering, sort of kind of a soft look. And that is something that matte looks just do, you know. They usually like seem to be a little bit automatically soft. I don't know what it is, but that might just be a personal thing that I feel. Yeah, so I think the performance was really, really good. The shimmer shade was really, really good, and I cannot wait to do more with this. And I'm just extremely flattered and also like amazed by the fact that I got nominated for this and that I won this one. You know what I mean. It's not about winning or losing or anything. It's just, I don't know how to say it. Okay, so that is just beyond what like I've never won anything. I've never gotten anything like, you know, in a challenge or in something like this. So I never thought that I would. So like giveaways, I never win anything, you know, ever. So I'm just really, really happy about this, and I hope that you will all go and check out Nomad Cosmetics because it is a phenomenal brand, and their whole idea behind their brand about featuring different places in the world is just something so unique and so like charming that I find this is absolutely beautiful. You know, I've actually told them they should come to Israel next and make a palette about Israel. So yeah, I hope they will at some point. That would be really cool, and I would be thrilled to like give my input, you know, just saying. All right, so it's time for breakfast, so I better go. So that was my first impression on Nomad Cosmetics, and of course on the Surf Shack. I think it was really a nice experience, and as I told you already in the beginning of the video, I have, I think, 4 more palettes on the way from Nomad Cosmetics that are going to be more colorful, and I cannot wait to show you all of that once it gets here, which is probably gonna take like a month or so, just so you know. Okay, so that was that. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please give the video a like. Leave me, of course, your comments in the comment section down below. You know, your thoughts about what I was talking about and whatever, what like your experiences with Nomad Cosmetics, who is, by the way, also on a human level. They are really amazing, and I've spoken about this several times before, that Nomad Cosmetics is one of those brands that actually, you know, gives smaller creators a chance and even like looks at their videos, comments on their videos. That is something that does not happen to us a lot, you know, and Nomad Cosmetics is one of those brands who does that, and that is just a wonderful thing, and a sign for me that there is actually like a heart for the beauty community at large behind those 2 people that I just showed you, Felicia and Auntie. I think, yeah. I hope I'm just pronouncing this right. So anyway, that was really my final thought. I hope you did enjoy yourself. If you're new here, then please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you here next time for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle, spread some kindness, spread your sparkles everywhere, and we're just going to create a better place all around us, you know, and that overall is just going to make a difference, and that is what we want. Okay, so go ahead and sparkle. I'll see you here next time, and up until then, I love you so much. See you then. Bye.